Welcome to Gray Hair Garage, first episode. My name's Mike. Buddy Rich is behind the camera.
Howdy.
And so we're just kind of playing around, having fun, and we want to introduce the garage, I guess you could say. And this is the first car that we're going to feature. This car I just finished is a 1970 Mustang Mach 1 originally, but it is not that anymore. It is what I considered a sure enough Restomod. Yeah, so it's Kona blue, 1970. The outside of the car is 70. The inside of the car is 2014 Mustang GT. Basically, I call it Frankenstein. Perfect name for a car because it is a merging of two cars. As you can see, the interior is 2014. And the drivetrain, complete drivetrain, is out of the 2014. It's a 5.0 Coyote, 6-speed transmission. The car has ABS, traction control, satellite, heated seats. Everything the 14 had, the donor car had, I put into this car. It has the original 70 frame rails on the front in the rear of the car, but the rest of the car is 2014. It's not a rebody. Let me rephrase this to you guys. This is not a rebody. This is a total modification from front to back. So much that I'm not ever going to do it again.
How long did it take you, Mike, to build it?
3 years and 3 months, basically.
I was pretty much working on it every day.
Every day. It's not for the faint-hearted. The wheels are Rovos, 18 by 10.5 in the rear and 18 by 9 in the front. Those wheels fit an actual 1994 to 2004 Mustang. I narrowed the track width about 4 inches front and rear. Oh, side mirrors. Those are off of 2015. So when you open the doors, the little Mustang emblem shines down on the ground. They kind of fit the car pretty well, I thought. This is the dash, obviously layout of a 2014 Mustang. Took some doing to make it fit, but if you look at the floor pans and the dash and all that, that's all 2014. I fit the floor pan and everything between the rockers of the 70. So that's why I say it's not a rebody. It is a true 70 for the most part. But the dash fit, as you can tell, fairly well. I had to make a few pieces to close out the panels, and everything was a compromise, I guess is a good word, to make everything fit properly and the car look correct. Yeah, there you go.
And the firewall and floor pan came out of the 2014.
Yes, out of the 14.
You grafted that all in there.
Yes. So, but it's still got the original 70 torque boxes, frame rails. Put new quarters on the rear, taillight panels, floor pans. The doors are all new. And like I said, everything has a reason why I did it. You used the wiring harness out of the 2014. It was quite the task to make everything function properly, but it worked out pretty good overall.
Can we hear it?
Yep, let's fire it up. The K-frame is out of the 2014, so the car has electric power steering and everything. The first thing I started on the car was fitting the engine and the K-member. Took a little doing, but it fit. I modified the exhaust manifold, so they're factory 2014 manifolds, just tweaked a little bit. Exhaust is Borla with an X pipe. Coilovers all the way around. Suspension is totally adjustable, front and rear. Brembo brakes. Like I said, it's got traction control and ABS, so it's got everything like a modern car.
A retro mod.
Retro, resto.
Looks of a classic, but the drive of a modern.
But the wonderful thing about this car is if I need to get it serviced, I can go to a Ford dealership. I don't have so many aftermarket parts on it that I can't just, you know, if I'm out of town cruising or whatever, I can just pull into Ford and get them to handle it. The brakes are all 2014. Plug up the computer, do everything like a 2014. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to work on. Rear axle, sent off to Curry Enterprises, had it narrowed, I think 5 inches, 5.5 inches. But yeah, that's about all the really all the mods. Just a lot of work. So I painted this car. Originally I was going to paint it Avalanche Gray. Then I thought about Leadfoot Gray. And I saw this Kona Blue on a 2018 Mustang, and this is what I did. So I painted this in the garage. I did all the body work myself, all the paint. I hired out the buffing, and but other than that, this is my paint job. I paint about once every 5 years, and the only thing I tell you, if you're going to be an individual painting, it's all about prep. 95% prep. So take your time if you ever decide to do this, tackle this job yourself. It's a lot of work. Dale out there cracking me up.
That was much fair. Let's do one that way now. You got matching ones.
I'm gonna piss off the neighbors, man. They're gonna call.
One more. And then when you come back, do a high speed pass, one more.
Hell